Hello, everyone, and welcome to the grand finale of Feelz Right Quiz Night.
What a delight!
We are so thrilled that you are here joining us for the grand finale. I am the Quizzard, and this is Sidekick Mr. Jeffords, and we are coming to you live from our living room to yours, and we couldn't be more excited to bring home Season 2 with a bang.
Who's gonna win?
Who's gonna win?
Is it you?
Is it you? Could it be you? It might be you. It's definitely gonna be somebody who's in here. Yeah, for sure. So a big hello to everybody who is watching live on YouTube. We love our stream queens. And we're pretty excited. We've actually hit 27 subscribers on YouTube, which is about 24 more than I thought we would get. So yay to 27. And also hello to all our contestants who are here inside the Zoom room getting ready to duke it out for the prizes.
Woo!
Yeah. So, all right, let's get ready to have some fun on a mun. But before we do that, let's
Of course.
never forget, gotta get Jeff Probst in the game.
The host ghost.
You know what? I knew that this was going to happen this week, so I already prepared some long matches. In this wonderful elephant. Okay. This is the thing about long matches, though. It's like, what do you do with that now? You know? Just, you know what I could do is light this with a lighter.
It's a lot of smoking.
Anyway, I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it. Okay, so, all right, so Jeff, thank you, Jeff. You've been guiding us all season, and we love you for that. And now I'm going to turn things over to the sidekick for a little update on how our contestants are doing in the points department.
Woo! Well, I'm going to let you know, last week, a lot of you did very well, very impressive, although that final greens round threw some of you for a loop, really shook things up. But here's how things shook down in the end. Last week, in third place with 1 point on the board, we had Big Salad, Florida Fact Hunt, Glenn Close but no cigar, Bars of Pandemonium, My Team Will Go On, Celine Dion, Only Pack 3 Pairs of Undies, Our Best Friends, Rosie and the Triviters, Shaved Mango, Shariva, and Vino Verite on the board.
A lot of third place teams.
That's right. But in second place, just a little bit better, we had Baby Sharks. Good job. Cinnamon Buns, The Dammit Janets, Hard Quartet, Mashley, Otrivia Newton John Travolta,
Yes.
Sleepy in the Suburbs, and thank you, Dr. Zizmore.
Yes.
Crushed but not quite completely crushed it with 2 points on the board, which leaves our first place from last week. Our first placers, they are none other than the Golden Squirrel Friend,
Woo!
Hammocks, the Mavis Baker Band, and the Old Ball and 2 Chains.
Wow.
So, where does that lead us on our grand scoreboard overall? Well, I don't want to ruin the suspense of the finale by telling you exactly how you're doing. Just know that it is still anyone's game. And a lot of you are right neck and neck on the total final leaderboard. Tonight's going to shake things up. I can't wait to see who wins. But I can't tell you how you're doing quite yet because that would ruin the suspense.
We'll get to that a little bit later, but also, you know, like we said, it is still anyone's game, and we truly mean that. We will be awarding the Recognized Participant Award, which is available to any and all of you who are here tonight playing as contestants. So stay tuned for that. More details on that later. Okay, so how it's going to work tonight, there are going to be 2 rounds instead of 3. The first round, as always, is going to be current events, and but we will still be awarding the same number of points for the first, second, and third place teams, and we're going to shuffle that all around, and we're going to find out who our first, second, and third place overall winners are. If it comes down to a tie, the sidekick is going to jump back into all the scores and actually tally up individual points from every single question you got right, and the people who have the most points, that will be how the tie is broken. Okay, so that is that. Oh, before we start into round 1, just a friendly reminder that all of you have agreed to abide by the honor system.
Please.
The honor system. No cheating. No cheating. Okay, just you know what you have to do is go with what you know.
Okay.
All right. Okay, cool. So it feels right to launch into
round 1, which as always is current events.
Okay, so current events, round 1, question 1. Here we go. All right. Question 1. The US Open is underway in Queens, New York, and Venus Williams was eliminated in the first round, which is a first for her. Despite not winning, she did break a record in the process and is now the woman who has competed in the most US Open women's singles tournament, tying the record held on the men's side by Jimmy Connors. How many US Opens has she attended? How many US Opens has Venus Williams attended, now tying the record held on the men's side by Jimmy Connors? Okay. When I said US Open, you probably thought that I was going to talk about the gentleman who slammed the line judge in the neck with a ball. Nope, Venus Williams. How many times has she attended the US Open? Okay, question 2. Despite what Russian doctors have said is a, quote, blood sugar imbalance, end quote, Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny appears to have been poisoned with the nerve agent Novichok, quote, without a doubt, end quote, according to the doctors of this country, where he has currently just come out of a medically induced coma. Where is he? Despite what Russian doctors have said is a blood sugar imbalance, Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny appears to have been poisoned with the nerve agent Novichok, quote unquote, without a doubt, according to the doctors of this country, where he has currently just come out of a medically induced coma. Where is he? Oh, where? I'm gonna do a lot of aspirant was tonight.
I like it.
So you're gonna try to work it in. One thing that I forgot to do now that the show has started is to just have a celebratory inaugural sip of my heaping ice glass full of gin.
Finally, it is the finale.
Finally, it is the finale. Here we go. You know me, I love a botanical. It's really what sets me on the path to having the most fun on a mon possible. Okay, question 3. This Labor Day weekend saw health officials' worst nightmares come true, as hordes of people gathered together despite social distancing guidelines. According to the New York Times, what is the current number of coronavirus cases globally as of this evening at 7:30 p.m. EST? We will accept answers above, within, plus or minus 1 million. Health officials' worst nightmares, Labor Day gatherings, according to the New York Times. What is the current number of coronavirus cases globally? The number of cases globally as of this evening at 7:30 p.m. EST. We will accept answers within plus or minus 1 million. Okay. Question 4. Pump the brakes! After 3 days of resumed filming in the UK, production on the latest Batman movie has shut down after the actor playing Batman himself has reportedly tested positive for COVID-19. Who is the actor playing the role of the Caped Crusader this time around? Do you know? If you do, jot it down. 3 days of resumed filming in the UK. Production of the latest Batman movie has shut down after Batman himself has contracted COVID-19. Who is the actor playing the role of the Caped Crusader this time around? Okay, one more sip. Question 5. Okay, question 5. American experimental musician John Cage's epic, to say the least, piece entitled Organ / ASLSP, which is meant to mean as slow as possible, changed chords on September 5th for the first time in almost 7 years. The next chord change is scheduled to happen in February of 2022. How many years long is the organ piece? Not how many years has it been going, but how many years long in total is the organ piece intended to be? We will accept answers within plus or minus 10 years. American experimental musician John Cage's epic piece entitled Organ/ASLSP, which is meant to stand for as slow as possible, changed chords on September 5th for the first time in almost 7 years. The next chord change is scheduled to happen in February of 2022. How many years long in total is this organ piece intended to last? How many years total? Okay, plus or minus 10 years. The lines are open. You can start sending your responses to the sidekick, Mr. Jeffords. If you're one of our many stream queens, hope you're feeling good out there, watching in YouTube land, and that you are cuddled up with someone special, be that a partner, a roommate, an animal, or a pillow.
Your points don't matter, but you matter.
Yeah.
Just came up with
Your
that.
your points might matter to you, as they
There you
should.
go.
Yeah. Your points don't matter to us. No, they do. They do. You can send us an email if you want to discuss that. Okay.
Woo! Here they
we
come.
go. If anyone needs a question repeated, please throw that into the chat bar. Okay, number one, Old Ball and Two Chains is asking for number 1. Zismore is asking for number 5. Madame Shasha Chantrell, hello, welcome back. We've been missing you the last couple weeks. Marza Pandemonium loves John's enigmatic eyebrows. I would agree.
Ooh.
He's got a very enigmatic eyebrow. Okay, so now
They're
here's a
natural.
question from Mashley. What brand of gin? And is it a cocktail or you're just sipping straight liquor? I was at the liquor store this week and you inspired me to buy gin. So curious as to what you're working with. Working with Mashley Bar Hill Gin. They're not an official sponsor yet, but we may go after them for season 3. Bar Hill Gin out of Vermont. Delicious gin. I know you're familiar with them, Mashley. So yeah, I highly recommend that. Okay, so there's a bunch of other questions here. Oh, I see something from Absolute Ho. Anyway, okay. Question 1 and question 5. Going for the repeat. Question 1. U.S. Open is underway in Queens, New York, and Venus Williams was eliminated in the first round, which is a first for her. Despite not winning, she did break a record in the process and is now the woman who has competed in the most U.S. Open women's singles tournaments, tying the record held on the men's side by Jimmy Connors. How many U.S. Opens has she attended? Question 5 for thank you, Dr. Zismore and others. American experimental musician John Cage's epic piece entitled Organ/ASLSP, which means as slow as possible, changed chords on September 5th for the first time in almost 7 years. Next chord change is scheduled to happen in February of 2022. How many years long is the organ piece in total? Intended to be. Okay. If you need more time, Vino Verite is saying great question. Oh, Shaved Mango is asking for question 3, so we'll do that. Question 3, Labor Day weekend, health officials' worst nightmares as people have been hoarding together and whoring themselves out, I would assume as well. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. According to the New York Times, what is the current number of coronavirus cases globally as of this evening at 7:30 p.m. EST? We will accept answers plus or minus 1 million. Okay, so now, if you need more time, please flash a thumb up using your either hand or preferably the reaction button. Florida Fact Hunt needs more time. Okay, Florida Fact Hunt, get those brains spinning in those heads.
Woo.
Toilet Vapor,
Mm-hmm.
hope it's going well over there. Nom Chomp looking positively poised. Okay. It would appear that Hard Quartet has received a haircut. Congratulations to Hard Quartet for the haircut. I have not done that yet. Okay, so we are 10 more seconds to get these answers in. Actually, that's not true. I have had several haircuts from, you might remember one of our season 1 sponsors was, for those of you who were here, Salon John.
That's me.
It's a stool in the tub, and sidekick Mr. Jeffords with a pair of scissors, and me complaining about it for the bulk majority of the time that it's occurring. But actually, you know, I think it's grown out quite well, and I'd like to publicly give you that acknowledgement.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
After the last...
Okay, so closing the window of opportunity in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a stool in the tub. That's correct. Thank you, Dr. Zismore. Not that kind of stool. Okay. So, all right. Sidekick Mr. Jeffords is busy marking away. Before we get into the answers, little mini drum roll, please. We donated in total, as a collective group, $2,000 to the Ali Forney Center, which, as everybody here I think knows, perhaps some of the stream queens out there on YouTube don't know, that we, as a collective and a group of contestants here, have been raising money for the Ali Forney Center, which does phenomenal work on behalf of, say it with me, homeless LGBTQIA2S+ youth here in New York City. So yeah, round of applause from Hard Quartet. Thank you for that. And it really actually does warm my heart that we've been able to sort of do something fun, at least theoretically, and you know, raise money for a good cause. I think that's really, I don't know, it warms my grinchy little heart. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do the answers now. And then we're gonna do something really exciting. So let's do the answers and then we'll get to the exciting thing. Let's just say that I'm gonna just tease you a little bit by just placing this.
What a tease.
I'm just gonna place this here. And this is coming after the answers. I'll just balance it here on my pencil sharpener that I've literally maybe never used in the context of this show. Okay, so here we go. Answers. Question 1. US Open underway in Queens, New York. Venus Williams eliminated, but she did break a record in the process, tying the record held on the men's side for the most US Open appearances. She has been in the US Open now 22 times. 22, her and Jimmy Connors leading the way there. She bumped the iconic Martina Navratilova into second place. Martina now with 21. Serena with 20. Serena Williams. Okay. Question 2. My team will go on. Celine Dion, guest 6. You are about 22 minus 6 numbers away. Oh! Shariva Baby is saying that they ate garlic expressions on salad tonight.
Wow.
Shariva Baby, please throw your review of the dressing into the chat bar. I'll keep going on the responses. Question 2. I'm really thrilled to say that a lot of you actually have gotten back to us individually or whatever to let us know that you actually procured garlic expressions.
Including my parents.
Nobody has delivered a negative review yet. So we're really happy about this sponsorship. Okay, so question 2. Despite this is a tricky, despite what Russian? Say it 3 times. I mean, I know I screwed it up when I actually read the question, but knew that you knew what I meant. Anyway, despite what Russian doctors have said is a blood sugar imbalance, Alexei Navalny, without a doubt, poisoned with the nerve agent Novichok. Currently, he just came out of a medically induced coma in Germany. Germany. And Angela Merkel had some ferocious words for the media about this situation. She's not holding anything back. Question 3. According to the New York Times, what is the current number of coronavirus cases globally as of tonight, this evening, at 7:30 p.m.? Curious to know, I'll have to do a quick gander through this later, but curious to know what people think is the answer to this.
Some people close, some people not too close.
Okay. The true answer is 27,196,000 global cases. So we would have accepted from 26,196,000 to 28,196,000 cases for the point there. Question 4. Batman got COVID-19. Who is the actor playing the role of the Caped Crusader this time around? It is Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson. Who, I'm gonna just say it, what a phenomenal actor. He is really good. I'm excited to see what he does with the role of Batman. Obviously an iconic role, but we just watched The Lighthouse the other day, which is an extremely intense movie about isolation, loneliness, and despair. And thrilling performances from him and Willem Dafoe. I will say I was a bit confused at the end, but we can talk about that later in the chat bar. Question 5. American experimental musician John Cage's epic organ/ASLSP, which is meant to stand for as slow as possible. Chord change on September 5th for the first time in almost 7 years. Next chord change is scheduled to happen in February of 2022. How long is the organ piece intended to be? 639 years. 639 years. Isn't that something? It's being played at a church somewhere outside of Berlin, and a special organ was built for it, and the pedals are held down with sandbags. Almost blew a bottle of garlic expressions there over John Cage. Okay, so that is round 1. The sidekick is busy marking, and while he does that, we are going to segue into a little mini break before we jump into round 2, and this is our
expression of thanks.
An expression of thanks. Yep, just gonna, as per the directions on the lid of Garlic Expressions,
Shake vigorously.
Shaking it vigorously, because lo and behold, after all of our online bullying and harassment of Garlic Expressions, we got in touch with them, or they got in touch with us. Actually, probably I wouldn't just... Actually, no. I mean, we got the dialogue going on Instagram, straight over to email, and we are giving away some Garlic Expressions. Yes, this is incredible. Oh, El Rayo del Norte also got some. So here we go, you guys. We are going to start one case, a full case, 12 bottles, or 6 each if you are a team of 2. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, okay. I'm gonna just stick those back in there, except for 1. Okay, I think that was fair. Didn't look, don't know. Okay. Return of the Squids. Return of the Squids. Winner of...
Wow.
I'm gonna have to take notes, because I'm not gonna remember who. Wow, an expression of thanks to Return of the Squids. Wow, Return of the Squids
Thanks
getting
for being here.
12 bottles of Garlic Expressions
Woo!
delivered to you. Wow, okay, so congratulations to Return of the Squids, formerly known as Squidlets. I would like to offer an expression of... Well, do you want to go ahead and offer an expression of thanks?
I just want to express that the Quizard, I think you've done a wonderful job leading the charge this season. It's been a real joy to be seated here next to you. And also everyone who's tuned in week after week after painstaking and joyous week. I want to express that I'm very thankful and it's been wonderful.
Yeah, I'd like to offer an expression of thanks as well to the sidekick for being such a wonderful sidekick. Yep. And for being just so, I mean, I don't know about everybody here watching either on YouTube or contestants within the game, but the speed at which he combs through all the emails and marks things to me is pretty mind-blowing. So an expression of thanks for just being so dedicated, willing, and just fun to have around.
I got it. You're welcome.
Okay, so now if you're wondering why I'm shaking vigorously, it's because guess what? Garlic expressions didn't stop at one case. We've got a second case of garlic expressions coming out to another team. So who's it gonna be? Okay. Oh, okay. Trying to be, you know, not looking. Hard quartet.
Wow.
Hard quartet. A haircut and a case of garlic
Wow.
expressions. What a week. Okay, wow. Okay, so hardcore. I gotta write that down. Hard quartet. Whoa. Okay,
Amazing.
so that's gonna either be 12 bottles for one home or 6 for two, depending on how the team is organized. Okay, phenomenal. Wow. So a huge thank you to Garlic Expressions for actually legitimately sponsoring Feelz Right Quiz Night.
Started as a joke.
Ended as a reality. Let that be a lesson to all of you and hopefully to all of my jokes. Except for the mean ones. Okay, so, all right. I guess, yeah, feels right to launch into...
Round
Just missed the bell. Probably need to ease up on the gin or not. Feels right to launch into.
round 2, which for this grand finale is called Ain't It Grand?
Ain't it grand? AKA the grand in grand finale. FYI, there are 6 questions in this round tonight. This is the final round. 6 questions in this round. Okay, here we go. Question 1. The history of the car model known as the Grand Am was kick-started when execs noticed the foothold Mercedes and BMW were gaining in the North American market. Specifically, American sports cars were usually without luxury features and luxury cars were without sport features. Hence the fusion that resulted in hence the fusion of the sporty Trans Am with the semi-luxe Grand Prix to birth the iconic middle-of-the-road Grand Am. What car brand is associated with all 3 of these vehicle models? What car brand specifically is associated with all 3 of these vehicle models? Just a shout out to Madame Shasha Chantrell, who's out there. I believe we took a road trip in a Grand Am from Kingston, Ontario, Canada to New Orleans, Louisiana, drove home in one straight shot. I believe that was a Grand Am. Okay, so question 2, multiple choice. Denny's is famous for its Grand Slam breakfast. Of the following items, which does not show up on the plate of this iconic meal? Is it A, 2 buttermilk pancakes, B, 2 eggs, C, 2 bacon strips, D, 2 pieces of toast, or E, 2 sausage links? Denny's is famous for its Grand Slam breakfast. Of the following items, which does not show up on the plate of this iconic meal? A, 2 buttermilk pancakes, B, 2 eggs, C, 2 bacon strips, D, 2 pieces of toast, or E, 2 sausage links? Last time you were at Denny. I'm sure that Madame Shasha Chantrell and I stopped at a couple Denny's on our way to and from New Orleans. That time we drove a Grand Am. We drove the Grand Am, stopped on the way to get a Grand Slam. Question 3. Another Grand Slam one. The last time a Grand Slam was hit in the World Series was on October 26th, 2019, when Alex Bregman of the Houston Astros hit a home run with all 3 bases loaded, thereby scoring 4 runs, the most possible in one play. True or false? The Astros won the World Series in 2019. True or false? The Astros won the World Series in 2019. Okay. Question 4 of 6. House of Pernt, I know you know that one. Madame Chachachron Charles just sent me a very tickle-worthy private message. It's a lot of inside jokes. Okay, question 4. Dame Judi Dench inspired the painting Grand Dame by painter Darren Brown. A Grand Dame is typically defined as an elderly woman of great prestige or ability. Of the following women, which has not been named a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire like Judi Dench was in 1988? Of the following women, who has not been named a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire like Judi Dench? A. Maggie Smith. B. Tilda Swinton. C. Elizabeth Taylor. D. Kristen Scott Thomas. Or E. Twiggy, also known as Leslie Lawson. Judi Dench inspired the painting Grand Dame by Darren Brown. For a second I was like, did he write that book? But that's Dan Brown. Grand Dame, we know what it is when we see one. We know who they are when we see them. Of the following women, who has not been named a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire like Judi Dench was in 1988? A. Maggie Smith. B. Tilda Swinton. C. Elizabeth Taylor. D. Kristen Scott Thomas. Or E. Twiggy, also known as Leslie Lawson. Okay. Question 5. 2 more questions in this round. In ballet, a broad, high leap with one leg stretched forward and the other back like a split in the air. It can be performed en avant, à la seconde, en arrière, and en tournant. What is this move called? El Rayo del Norte definitely knows this one. So does House of Pernt, apparently. If anybody wants to get up and demo one right now, we will throw the spotlight on you for that. El Rayo del Norte. Looks like there's a nom-nom coming through for you to do one, El Rayo. One more time. In ballet, a broad, high leap with one leg outstretched forward and the other back like a split in the air. It can be performed en avant, à la seconde, en arrière, and en tournant. What is this move called?
Ooh la la.
Okay, Lady and the Champs is already asking for a repeat, but we still have one more question in this round. Question 6. The final question, and then we'll go back and do redos. Sleepy in the Suburbs says, I recall looking all over New Orleans for you on the day of our departure. That is true. That's a whole other Mardi Gras tale to be told in my memoir. Okay, question 6. This New York artist had his first ever solo painting show in 1962 in LA. The gallerists thought it would be a sensation, but it wasn't. The show by the, at that time, commercial illustrator featured 32 paintings that the artist considered to be, quote, portraits, don't you? That were lined on shelves instead of being hung on the wall. Due to less than robust sales, the gallerist himself, actually there were two gallerists, so I don't know if they did it together, but the gallerist ended up buying all of the paintings for $1,000. Then, in 1996, the paintings were relinquished to the Museum of Modern Art here in New York City for $15 million. Who is the artist? New York artist had his first ever solo painting show in 1962 in LA. The gallerists thought it would be a sensation, but it wasn't. The show by the, at that time, commercial illustrator featured 32 paintings that the artist considered to be, quote, portraits, don't you? That were lined on shelves instead of being hung on the wall. Due to less than robust sales, the gallerist ended up buying all of the paintings for $1,000. Then in 1996, the paintings were relinquished to the Museum of Modern Art for $15 million. Who is the artist? Sleepy in the Suburbs. Of course, you were also on that iconic trip to New Orleans in 2001 with Madame Chacha Chantrelle and I and like 12 other people, and I have a lot of fond memories from that trip. Okay, the lines are open. Start sending your answers to the sidekick, Mr. Jeffords, who is obviously already marking. And in fact, sidekick, I don't think I ever told you about that trip to New Orleans, and
Sure didn't.
I'll tell you later.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, I would be too. Okay, so if you need more time, flash a little thumbs up. Okay. Yeah. So Zismore needs 1, 2, and 5. Sheesh. And 3. Okay, we're gonna move through these relatively quickly. Question 1. History of the car model known as the Grand Am. Kickstarted when execs were like, whoa, Mercedes and BMW are getting hot over here. American sports cars without luxury, luxury cars without sport features, hence the fusion of the sporty Trans Am with the semi-luxe Grand Prix to birth the iconic middle-of-the-road Grand Am. What car brand is associated, what specific car brand is associated with all 3 of these vehicle models? Question 2, Denny's Grand Slam Breakfast. One of these items is not on the plate when you order it. A, buttermilk pancake, 2 buttermilk pancakes, A. B, 2 eggs. C, 2 bacon strips. D, 2 pieces of toast. Or E, 2 sausage links. Okay, number 3. Another Grand Slam one. True or false? The Astros won the World Series in 2019. A Grand Slam was hit. The last time a Grand Slam was hit in the World Series was in that World Series by Alex Bregman of the Houston Astros, who hit a home run with all 3 bases loaded, thereby scoring 4 runs, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows is the most possible in one play. Even I knew that. True or false? The Houston Astros won the World Series in 2019. Question number 4, not needed. Question 5. Ooh, the sidekick is making sound effects that sound juicy, spicy, like there might be a major overtaking of, I don't know. I wish I could look at the score sheet, but I can't. I need to focus on question 5 right now. In ballet, a broad, high leap with one leg stretched forward and the other back like a split in the air. It can be performed en avant, à la seconde, en arrière, and en tournant. What is this move called? Okay, if you need more time, please flash a thumb up or use the reaction button to do so, which actually is easier for us on our end to see. I'm actually looking. Old Ball and 2 Chainz needs more time. I see. Is Old Ball and 2 Chainz wearing a light up crown? Yes, bringing it for the grand finale. Just gonna highlight that for a second. Looking phenomenal. Wow, look at that. Love it. Okay,
Let's
so
get quizzical wants to know if you remember
let's get
Granny's sunbird.
Let's Get Quizzical wants to know if I remember Granny's sunbird. Yes, of course. I remember that sunbird. What a vehicle. Cinnamon Buns made it back. Okay, welcome, Cinnamon Buns. You, I don't know if you were here for this part, but you did place in last week's quiz. Okay, so 5 more seconds, basically, to get your answers to the sidekick. Okay, our best friends eating some ice cream, looking positively relaxed. Okay, gonna close this round. Okay, wow. Whew. Okay, now, prizes. We talked last week about, let me just get my paper. I'm going to tell you about a new prize tonight. 2 weeks ago, I showed you Jordan West's Hotel, which is a beautiful print, an edition of 50. Also, last week I showed you the other prize that's up for grabs, which is from none other than the sidekick, Mr. Jefford's Side Hustle, RuPaul's Drag Race, a one-of-a-kind artist proof. And tonight's piece comes from the iconic New York City street artist ENX, who also happens to be a close friend of mine. Her week has been wheat pasted and spray painted all over the world, but mostly here in New York City, alongside the work of also renowned street artists Cost and Space Invader. She is famous for her wolves and for her geishas. And if you look at her Instagram page at ENX108, you will see that she is very into animal rights. The specific piece that is actually going to be coming from her is TBD, because she's out of town right now and she's coming back and she needs to look through her studio to figure out what the piece is. But she suggested that I show you some of her other works because we own a bunch of her works. So this is a spray painted geisha, which resembles one of the prizes from season 2 that was up for grabs. Those of you who have participated in the stretch that I do every day on Instagram have seen the large piece that is normally not covered by a glimmer curtain, also of geishas. That is phenomenal. Hardcore Ted is giving a clap. I know Hardcore Ted is also a fan and friend of this artist. I'm also going to show you this other painting that I have from her. This one's of a fox, not a great framing. This one's of a fox, and it's got the reflection. This one's of a fox. Love this piece. So yeah, a painting or a print of some type from ENX will be the other prize awarded to, like I've explained before, the first place team will get their first choice of piece, the second place team will get second choice, and the third place team will get the third. So either Jordan West, RuPaul's Drag Race, or ENX. These are absolutely gorgeous pieces of art that will make your home that much more beautiful than it already is. And if your home is a piece of shit right now, then you definitely need this painting. Okay? Yeah, El Raro del Norte is raising a hand over there.
They're working on it.
They're working on it. They're working on it. Okay, so now I'm going to give you the answers to the questions in round 2. And then we're going to get into some more juicy, exciting things. Okay, so the sidekick is on a tear. So here we go. Answers to round 2. I'm going to take a sip of this. Without the third round, I need to double down on this gin. Okay. A bit of almost like an anise note I'm detecting tonight. Okay, question 1. Car model known as the Grand Am was a mashup of the Trans Am and the Semi-Lux Grand Prix. What car brand is associated with all 3 of these vehicle models? Pontiac. Pontiac is what we were looking for. If you said GM, we wanted Pontiac. GM makes Pontiac, but Pontiac was the specific brand associated with these three models. Pontiac.
Some people said both. Very impressive.
Wow.
Just in case.
Question 2, Grand Slam breakfast at Denny's. You know you love it, and if you do, you know that there are not 2 pieces of toast. 2 pieces of toast are not a part of the Grand Slam breakfast. Sorry, they're not. Shaved Mango just dropped something on the keyboard and just sent over a backslash and a square bracket and 2 single quotation marks in the chat bar. Okay, question 3, another Grand Slam one. True or false? The Astros won the World Series in 2019. Stream Queens, do you know this one? Contestants, do you? The answer is false. False. They did not. They did not win the World Series, despite getting the most recent Grand Slam in World Series history. The Washington Nationals took it in 7 games at Minute Maid Park, which is in Houston. They really rubbed Houston's face in it. The Grand Slam itself came in Game 4 of that World Series, and the Houston Astros actually did win that game. Just dropped my pencil. Which I don't even need. Actually, that's not true. I do need it because I've been writing down the names of the 2 teams who won an expression of thanks. Question 4. Dame Judi Dench inspired the painting Grand Dame of the following women, which has not been named a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire like Judi Dench was in 1988. A. No. I'm not reading the answers again. The answer is B. Tilda Swinton. Tilda Swinton is not a dame yet. She is the cousin of Dame Edith Sitwell, the famous eccentric poet and critic. And also in response to becoming a dame, Tilda Swinton has been quoted as saying, "A dame? I'd so much rather be a knight. I think Sir Tilda sounds so much better." Leave it to Tilda. Love her. Question 5. In ballet, broad high leap, en avant, à la seconde, en arrière, en tournant. Grand jeté, grand jeté, grand jeté, grand jeté, grand jeté. Grand jeté, J-E-T-E. With an accent, aigu, if you want. If anyone wants to know how to do an accent aigu on their keyboard, slide into my DMs and I'll give you the inside scoop on that. Okay, so this New York artist, first ever solo painting show in 1962 in LA. Nobody wanted the paintings. Gallerists ended up buying all of them for $1,000 and then sold them 20 plus years ago for 15 mil. Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol, it was his soup can paintings on the shelves instead of hung on the walls as though it were a, grocery store. I didn't know that he considered them portraits. I don't know if he was joking about that, but he did say that about that. Okay. So, the sidekick is busy like a little bee. Now, we have another prize. Are you ready to do
I'm so close.
Okay, great.
So you can talk about what it is, and I got your back.
Okay, great. So we're gonna do the top 10 in a moment, but before we do the top 10, well, sort of sandwiched, we have another prize. It's the Fun on a Mun prize, and basically this prize is going to anyone who is not in the top 10. So if you're not in the top 10, you qualify for this prize, and it is coming from our friends over at On the Sly, who make amazing. It's called the Fun on a Mun prize. And coming from our pals over at On the Sly, who make really awesome, chic, city biking wear and accessories and apparel, repurposed from old military stuff. And the prize that's going to be up for grab is called the Tough Tote. It is a tote bag, fully constructed from dry bags originally used in the US military. And they're bags made of bags. I'm gonna show you a picture of what one looks like, just so that you can get a sense of this. Okay, this bag is so cool. Check it out. So the Fun on a Mun prize is going to somebody who is not in the top 10 of our contestants. That's it. It's called the Tough Tote, made from military dry bags. Here's another picture of it. This is actually the fella who makes the bags. His name is Ricky. He makes everything by hand. He is such a cool dude, and met him many years ago when he was a bike mechanic and took good care of my bike, Heather 8. I've had 8 bikes named Heather, all named after the team participating here in Feelz Right Quiz Night called Shameless. Shameless, that bike is named after you. Okay, so now, before we draw the Fun on a Mun prize, I'm gonna hand things over to you to announce the top 10.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, so top 10, sidekick Mr. Jeffers.
This is in no particular order.
Okay,
I
so-
wrote I got you all here, but shuffled you through in no particular order. The top 10 is the Mavis Baker Band, the Golden Squirrel Friends,
Okay.
the Dammit Janets,
Ooh.
Our Best Friends, Nom Chomp, Hammocks, Sleepy in the Suburbs, My Team Will Go On, Celine Dion, Hard Quartet,
Okay.
and Cinnamon Buns.
Okay. Okay, so now if you're one of those top 10 teams and your name is drawn, sorry, but you don't win. One of the teams that is not in the top 10 is going to win the Tough Tote and the Fun on a Mun prize. You want to show the sign one more time? The Fun on a Mun prize. And the winner of the Fun on a Mun prize, I'm not cheating. The winner of the Fun on a Mun prize is Big Salad. Big Salad, winner of the Fun on a Mun prize. Woo! Big
Nice.
Salad. You are going to love this Tough Tote. Wow, okay, I need to write that down. Okay,
Don't forget.
Fun on a Mun prize, got that. Now, Big Salad. Okay, so now, the moment we've all been waiting for. But before we announce the top 3, we are going to segue into the Recognized Participant Award. Now, there is one final question, and everybody, except for the people who are in the top 3, which we will announce after, so even everybody needs to send in an answer to this question. Whoever is the closest wins the Recognized Participant Award. It really truly is still anyone's game. And the winner of this prize, well, I'll tell you what the winner wins after. So, all right, there's just a bit of a photo here to assist. Kenneth Wayne Jennings III, aka Ken Jennings, is back in the news, having signed on as a new employee over at Jeopardy as a, quote, consulting producer. I don't think that's really a quote, that's just the truth. He's also the highest earning American game show contestant of all time. Jennings holds the record for the longest winning streak on the US game show Jeopardy with 74 wins, and also holds the record for the highest average correct responses per game in Jeopardy history. In USD, how much has Ken Jennings won in total for all of his Jeopardy appearances? How much has Ken Jennings won in USD in total for all of his Jeopardy appearances? Send your answers over to the sidekick in a separate email. Whoever is the closest will win the Recognized Participant Award. Stream Queens, let that jangle around your brain and see what number spits out the other side. While you think that through, tonight's episode is sponsored, of course, like all episodes are, by mindful of the flame, the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference Catskill Mountains map set. Any New Yorker or anyone who has an interest in doing any hiking in New York, I cannot recommend the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference map set for the Catskill Mountains. I am hoping to be putting this map set currently taped together so that all the trails match up while I scout out a possible route to embark on later this week for a little forest bathing, quiet time in the woods. Okay, so if you need more time for your answer, flash a thumb up. Absolute Ho, looking very relaxed. Florida Fact Hunt, looking borderline smug. It's just us looking confused. Looking a little confused. Old Ball and Two Chains, borderline twiddling thumbs. That is a confident move if I've ever seen one. Hard Quartet 2, hard to tell how you feel. You're very much in shadow. Toilet Vapor, having the time of their lives. Peace.
As always.
My team will go on. Celine Dion may or may not have acquired a new pair of glasses.
Ooh.
Ross Boss 2, looking cool, calm, collected. Avid birders, happy to see the return of the third player. Welcome back to the third player. Without you, the avid birders struggled somewhat. Okay, let's get quizzical, looking very poised. Okay, so send in those answers. Now it's time for the big reveal. We're gonna get to the Recognized Participant Award in a second. Here we go.
It's time for the winners,
Winners
of the whole day.
Okay, so here come the winners. Okay,
Ooh.
third place. And the third choice of art goes to, oh, you guys, I'm excited and
He doesn't
nervous.
know, he doesn't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know. I don't know if I should close my eyes and then look at it after I take it out of the envelope, if I should just, wow. My team will go on, Celine Dion. Yes, my team will go on, Celine Dion got nudged out last season. Wow, congratulations, third place, what an honor. Okay, second place, who's gonna take it? Okay. Florida Fact Hunt is asking for the Jeff Candle as a consolation prize. Are you kidding me?
right.
Yeah, right. We are gonna burn that one down. Okay, second place. The Golden Squirrel Friends.
Yes!
Golden Squirrel Friends, yes! Second place. First loser. Okay.
Feels good. Feels right.
It does feel right. Solid performance this season. Okay, this is it. The Grand Champion. First place. Who is the winner of season 2 of Feelz Right Quiz Night and gets their first choice of art? Nom Chomp! Nom Chomp! Congratulations.
After an upsetting defeat last
season, Nom Chomp got booted out of the top 3 in the last minute. Congratulations to Nom Chomp. And now, what we've all been waiting for, the reveal of the Recognized Participant Award. If you are the closest to guessing how much Ken Jennings won in total for all of his Jeopardy appearances, what you will win is 1 postcard per month mailed to your home from ours for 1 full calendar year. Yeah, 1 full calendar year of postcards mailed to you with love from us. Last season's
handwritten,
handwritten, the
sealed
whole
with a kiss.
shebang. Not sealed because it's a postcard.
Finished
Finished with a kiss. Last season's recognized participant is here, Cabin Fever, now known as Hammocks. They've been receiving the card every day since every month since we wrapped season 1, whenever that was, some point in the depths of quarantine, which we're about to get back into. Okay, so anyway, the winner of the recognized participant
Well,
award.
do you want to tell them what the correct number is so that
I will,
some of
and
them
I'll-
can feel very close? Because many of you are very close, but one of you, I think, might be married to Ken Jennings because you.
Or just a huge fan of Jeopardy.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna ding the bell anyway. Okay, so Ken Jennings in total has won $4,370,700 in total for all of his Jeopardy appearances. And I think this is probably how he looked after he got the check. Okay.
Some of you were way off, and that's okay. And some of you were so close, and that's great. But one of you was closer than everybody else. Our recognized participant of the season. What an honor. None other than. Are you ready? Sleepy in the Suburbs.
Yeah! Sleepy in the Suburbs will be receiving one postcard per month for an entire calendar year. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to Big Salad for being the Fun on a Mun prize winner. Congratulations to An Expression of Thanks, Squidlets, and Hard Quartet. And congratulations, of course, to our top 3. Third place, let's see if I can remember this. Who is third place again? My team will go on Celine Dion. Second place, Golden Squirrel Friends. And the first place champion of Feelz Right Quiz Night, Season 2, Nom Chomp. Season 3 is coming. Stay tuned. We'll keep you posted on that. We will deconstruct this week's clue collage tomorrow on our Instagram stories. And until Season 3... sleep tight, fight the good fight, be polite, and always do what feels right.
Good night!